G'day and welcome to Small Steps Through Life. Today we're at Pukeroa Bay Beach and it's beautiful. And given how murky and grey the last few days have been, this is a joy. And I thought I'd use the opportunity to share a topic. It's an extension of a topic I covered a few months back under the idea of what if as pertains to AI. I hadn't planned a follow-up, however, trends lately have made me think it's time for another one. AI, really good at aggregating knowledge, reformatting it, and giving information back in a different format. Well, it is so good and so efficient that it poses a problem, I think. I think it poses a problem to how our society works because it's so efficient. And I'll give you an example of the impacts, and you can make up your own mind. For me, a podcast starts with an idea, kind of a script. Record it, edit it, and publish it. Typically, about a day from where to go. And during that time, typically, that's all I can do. I can't multi-thread myself. I can't run several podcasts all at the same time because I can only talk one thing at a time. Okay, AI. Take an idea. Then tell an AI to produce a number of related but slightly different ideas. Take each of those sub-ideas and produce a text that it then has to take through a text-to-speech, put some backing video on it to produce a podcast. Okay? That might take 20 minutes to complete, except that it can run them all in parallel. So one might take 20 minutes, but 1,000 might take just a couple of hours. I can't compete with that. No human can. We can't. We just don't have the ability to parallel individual people that much. So what does that mean? What it has meant is that on the likes of YouTube and TikTok, where I've put this content, I've noticed a massive increase in content that looks like it's AI generated. It's very similar to other content. It looks like somebody has just introduced a bit of a variable to the stories. Might be okay, but my challenge is I've noticed that although my content over time has been improving and people like it more, my view count has gone down, and I've noticed when I'm looking at what's presented to me, the majority of it has become AI generated. I'm seeing human content being squeezed out, not because it's bad, but because instead of only having, say, 100,000 new videos a day across the entire world, there might now be 10 million because AIs make it so easy to produce content. But of that, only that original 100,000 were human. Now, instead of being one amongst 100,000, one amongst 10 million means we're going to disappear. What it means is that content producers of any kind have a risk of being marginalized. Not just podcast creators. Now it's just as easy to produce a book. Come up with an idea using the aggregate knowledge of AIs, taking all the ideas around the world, get a book created. A task that would normally take 6 months to a year now takes overnight. You've got a book, voila! And it's going to be pretty good. And as AIs improve, quality of the book is going to get better. I'm not against the quality of AI produced content. I am concerned that we have no idea of the impact it's going to have on content producers. And initially, it was copywriters. Next, it was people that record audiobooks. I think we're going to see a lot more. I suspect we're going to find songwriters, not just songwriters, but also I think we're going to find songs, not only written, but sung using AI. Carry on. Videos, as in movies. I suspect very soon we're going to get to the stage where we won't need actors. In fact, we won't even need filming staff. The whole thing, from start to finish, will be AI controlled and done. Okay, so now we've got a situation where thousands of jobs that are artistic have suddenly disappeared into one person feeding input into an AI query system. Okay, what happens to all those people that were doing those jobs? They could go out and get another job. That's what I've heard. What job are they going to get? They're not going to get a job doing copywriting. They're not going to write a book. There are lots of jobs that have disappeared at that point. There will be some jobs left, but even those are at risk if we're not careful. I was looking at the idea of take any art form, even a chef. You take a chef, there's some artistic ideas on creating new dishes, but there's also a mechanical process of being able to cook it repeatedly. What happens if you make a system, effectively a robot controlled by an AI, to do the cooking? You get repeatedly created dishes that are also amazing because they are drawing from the aggregate knowledge of recipes around the world. Very few chefs have that much knowledge that they know and have access to every recipe in the world. This isn't sounding too good because it isn't good. But what can we do about it? Well, I think as producers, content producers, we need to say, if you value the work that we do as individuals, support humans. I think we're going to need to do it. As content distributors, I think the likes of YouTube and TikTok and all the others could make it so that views for AI-generated content come from a separate pool to that which is generated by humans, so that you're not trying to have two unequal sources of content competing. That would be like a human running a race against one of the big cats like a cheetah. The person could be fast, but a cheetah's going to beat them every time. Not very good. And that, I think, is effectively what we've got at the moment between AI and humans. Okay, so that was content producers, content distributors. And as individuals, what can we do? We can look at the humans that we want to encourage, and I'd like you to look at me as one of them. Reach out and support them. If you like their content, give them feedback. Let them know that they're of value. In my case, you can follow me. Those sorts of things will help me keep producing content. Is it perfect? No. It's going to take more than that to fix it, but it is a start. And that is all we have to do, is take one step. Be aware of the risks. Be aware of the opportunities and work out a better path forward. Much like the path I'm walking on. I am enjoying this walk, enjoying this time with you. And so, on that note, see you later.